So we finally have the full details of the latest new operator coming to Delta Force. Raptor, the new recon operator, will release with Season 6 on September the 23rd. And today we've got footage of all of Raptor's abilities and gadgets, and we're going to take a deep dive, and I'll explain exactly how each of those works. First up, I'll let you just watch the 2-minute trailer the devs just dropped for the new op, and then we'll dive into the details.
Bring the bounty and I'll bring the body. That's my code. Enjoy your meal. Time to get to work.
Landon Harris, codename Raptor, old Recon. Former GTI operator, Raptor was the head of intelligence for GTI North America before leaving to pursue a career as a bounty hunter. As an operator, Raptor has an in-depth understanding of information warfare and intel acquisition, specializing in his use of drones, with his Silverwing drone capable of marking and tracking the location of all hostiles in its field of view. His equipment includes WingCam, a small camera drone that can autonomously lock onto and track enemy personnel, transmitting images to the user's combat terminal in real time. Its small size provides it with excellent stealth, making it particularly suitable for surveillance missions indoors, or urban environments.
Enemy mark!
So you can see there we've got a few different abilities, mostly centered around his drone. He's actually got two different drones. There's the big flying bird, and then there's the tiny little camera drone. But we'll go over those as it goes through the video here. First up, you got the EMP grenade. You can see down in the bottom left. This is just a thrown grenade like most of the other characters' grenades, like the flashes and frags and stuff we see. It's a grenade you can throw. You can see it bounce off the wall here, and then it flashes and affects these enemies here. It says this will disable enemy operators' electronic equipment, electronic weapon attachments, and sights, and it also destroys nearby electronic class gadgets. So you can expect that to affect laser sights on guns, the red dot on red dot sights, computer-controlled sights, presumably, if they have those on their guns, and then also class gadgets. So that's going to be stuff like Shepard sonic traps and actually other Raptor stuff. So if another Raptor is present and they're using Silverwing or WingCam, you can see in just a sec, they have a clip here. So this is of your own Raptor operator deploying Silverwing, the large drone. And then this is going to get hit by a flash thrown by the enemy team as they come charging through. They throw a flash and that destroys your wing and then you get killed. So the Raptor can counter another Raptor. But it's also worth noting that when you use Silverwing, so that's the main drone, the bird thing that flies up, when you use this can actually deploy two of your other gadgets at the same time. So your EMP grenade and your wing cam that we'll talk about in just a minute. So when Silverwing goes up, it can actually use this EMP grenade. So Silverwing's been deployed here, and this is a manually controlled camera. So you fly this up, your guy's just going to stand there stationary while you fly this thing around. You can see you fly up into there. It's got a 90-meter field of view, and you can use it to spot out enemies. And then you can also use it to deploy your EMP grenade by initiating a self-destruct where it charges at an enemy and then detonates the EMP grenade, as well as doing a little bit of damage. And it can also deploy the wing cam, which is a drone thing we'll talk about in just a moment. You can see here, that's the self-destruct mode. Latches onto the enemy and shoots down and hits them, and it also causes the EMP effect as well. And this is another example of the drone being thrown up in the air, flying up ahead, and then using it to spot out enemies. And what they do here, you see it pop up in a second, it's going to say release wing cam. So what they've done there is they've pressed a button to deploy wing cam, which is another gadget, which is a tiny little mini drone, and that's actually latched onto this player here. And what that is going to do is spot that out for you and your teammates. So that's going to ping that enemy for your teammates, and that little drone will follow them around for a certain amount of time. And again, that's an ability like the EMP grenade that can be used either on its own or in conjunction with Silverwing, with the bird. So that's what it means when it says release wing cam there. If you didn't have wing cam available, you'd just be flying this drone around and seeing them visually and being able to call that out. You can see here we go around and then come out of that view, and then we're back into normal. We've just been standing there, and now we can run on and attack. You can see these footprints on the ground, which we're going to cover in just a sec. We're going to another clip. So the footprint thing, you can basically see footprints on the ground. This is the wing cam here, by the way. Deploys a spy camera on an enemy by targeting them or their tracks. The camera marks enemy positions at regular intervals. The camera's view can be switched to whilst active. After a certain duration, enemies can destroy the camera to expose the deployer's position. So this is a tiny camera drone, and you're going to see it get deployed in this. So you see these footsteps. This is the trait. This is the passive trait, Trace Tracker. Enemies leave behind recent footprints that can be detected and scanned. Aim at enemy footprints or open containers to scan and reveal intel of the enemy operator, including their identity, gear, and locations. That's going to be gear level, like with Hacklaw, where you can see the level of their armor and helmet, and then also the operator type and their location. And by seeing these footprints, so you see here we're running in, we can see footprints on the ground that they're following, because there's been recent enemy activity. I'm not sure how recent. We can see there's some sets of footsteps here, and as we run on there's a little flash here, and what this is, it's a little bit hard to tell when it's quick, but what they've done is already deployed Silverwing. So Silverwing has been deployed here, and it's already in this building ahead across the roofs, and they're following the footsteps. And there's just a quick flash here where they switch to that view basically, and that is just for like a frame or two. So this is the little deployable drone they've got in the room with those players. I mean, it's kind of behind them. Realistically, it's right next to them. They just shoot it, and it wouldn't be able to do this. But that's basically what they're doing there. It's like a remote control camera. They put it in a room somewhere, switch to it to have a quick look. And when they've had that quick look, it's also pinging the enemies. So you see when we go back here and we look up periodically, this camera is in that room, and it's pinged those two enemies with that outline. You can see even the way they're facing. And then the teammate runs in and they zoom out and, you know, you shoot them or whatever. So really interesting there to have this combination of gadgets where you have the main large drone that flies around that's like a big camera drone. You have the smaller drone you can deploy that will ping enemies. And then you also have the EMP that you can drop on people, or the self-destruct ability you can use as well. So sounds interesting, sounds kind of powerful. But I think when any new operator has come out, everyone said they're going to be incredibly overpowered. And they never really have been, so we'll wait and see what it's like when it's actually used in operations normally. There's also a bit of gameplay at the end from Warfare, little Warfare showcase, mostly just showing using the large drone to drop an EMP there, and also the self-destruct and EMP ability as well, used to take out some players and also used on a vehicle in a minute as well. So that covers everything we know for Raptor at the minute. As I said, he's going to be dropping with the new season on September the 23rd, and I'll be taking a look at that just after it goes live. I won't actually be streaming on season launch day, and my content might be a little bit more limited than normal because Delta Force have invited me to go to China to go to the Delta Force Global Esports World Final in Hangzhou near Shanghai. So I'm going to be traveling out to China for that weekend, and I'll actually be traveling back from China on the 23rd, on the day of the new season launch. So apologies if there's a bit less content around there than there would otherwise be, but obviously an amazing opportunity. A big thank you to Team Jade and the devs for inviting me out there for the Esports World Final. Can't wait for that. And when I get back in that week and on stream and on video, I'll tell you all about that. I also have an opportunity there to talk to Shadow, the lead dev from Team Jade, and some of the other members of the dev team. So if you have any questions you want to put to them, put them in the comments down below. I'm going to take a list and see what I can go to them with and see what responses I can get. I'm particularly interested in console related stuff, but also anything to do with Delta Force operations. Feel free to drop a comment and I'll see what I can do. Nice one. Well, thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to check out my live streams on YouTube and Twitch. My name's Ben. We are the Beard Guys, and I'll see you next time.